Hi folks, I'm solving Leetcode's top 150 questions, and that's all you need for your coding interviews. So in this video, we'll be solving 79 word search. So we are given a grid of m cross n called boards, and we are given a word and we have to return true if the word exists on the grid. Word can be constructed sequentially with adjacent cells, and we are only allowed horizontally or vertically neighboring elements. We can solve this by backtracking, and for backtracking, we have to go to every single element on the cell, and sequentially we have to go every single element in our word as well. So let's just say if we start from 0 0, and similarly we go to all of these. If we find our word, we will return true, or else we can return false. So let's see how we can solve this. Firstly, we can have the length of our rows and columns, since we'll be needing that more often, so it's better to initialize it. Now, how do we mark that we have already visited a particular element? We can use sets. Now we can define our helper function DFS. And what this function will take is, we will take row, the current row, we'll take the current column and the index. So firstly, we'll define our very base case, which is if I equal to word dot length. That means we found the element, so we should return true. Let's define the upper bound and lower bound of our indices to make sure that if our indices goes out of bound, we should directly return false. And now for R. Now we can check if our word at I is not equal with the board at current element. So if in all of these cases, we will return false. Now let's update our set, and now we will define our result by recursively calling this DFS with different indices I minus 1. So we'll be looking for in all the adjacent position vertically and horizontally. So let's add that. And now let's update our set by removing the element. So yeah, and then return res. Now to go to every element, we will need two for loops on board grid. We have to call the our helper function one by one. So let's do that. Let's add. Now if we can return true. And if we don't find the element up until now, we can return false. So this is the complete solution. Let's try to run it. Oh, I made a mistake. I am adding it again instead of deleting. Let's try now. It works. Hope you found this helpful. If yes, you can consider subscribing to the channel. And thank you so much for watching.